We will start with the poem of Andrew Marvell, Thoughts in a Garden. And Andrew Marvell is considered as a metaphysical poet. And we have discussed about metaphysical poetry in our earlier video when we discussed the poem written by John Donne. So, you are well aware with the definition of metaphysical poetry. Now we will start with this poem. It was written by Andrew Marvell, and the title of the poem is Thoughts in a Garden. Thoughts in a Garden is the complete name of the poem, while in short, it is called The Garden. So, The Garden by Andrew Marvell is one of the most famous English poems of the 17th century. It was written in 17th century. The poem was first published in Miscellaneous Poems. The collection was titled as Miscellaneous Poems. It was published for Robert Boulter in 1681. And this was the first edition. So, I would like to remind you that the name of the collection was Miscellaneous Poems, and it was first published in 1681. That means 17th century. Miscellaneous Poems was sent to the press by Mary Marvell, who claimed she was Andrew's widow. Andrew Marvell's poem The Garden is a romantic poem. It is written in romantic tradition. The poem encompasses the personal emotions of the poet, and feelings are told throughout the words of nature. The poet explains the value of nature and is explaining it throughout the poem. The Garden by Andrew Marvell is a unique poem which is romantic in its expression, metaphysical in its word game, and classical in its music. So, it consists of three characteristics. The first one is romantic by expression, metaphysical by words or content, and classical in its musical scheme, rhyming scheme. The rhyming scheme of this poem is classical one. It is romantic because it is about nature in subject and theme, and classical in its music. It is the expression of the poet's personal and emotional feelings about life in nature and also in society. Its style is metaphysical because it uses conceit, forceful argument, allusions. Allusions are also known as references from sources like the Bible, myths, and metaphysical philosophies. It is a classical poem in its form because the stanzas, rhythm, rhyme, and word choice is like in classical poetry. There are some attributes of classical poetry which are noteworthy, which include carefully perfected form. The form should be carefully perfected. That means it should be perfect. If not perfect, then nearly perfect. And a language different from the ordinary, not the language of the masses. Extraordinary language. We can also say that difficult language, not the language and expression which is used by a layman or a man on the street. The theme is that the garden, and here garden is a symbol of life in nature. It is the perfect place for physical, mental, and spiritual comfort and satisfaction. Unlike the society where pleasure is false and temporary. The garden, I am using the shortened form, while the complete name of this poem is Thoughts in a Garden, is one of the most complex poems with a blend of passion and wit, mixed with imagery, thus standing supreme in literature. The poem can be analyzed in a political manner and also with reference to the Bible. It is having striking conceits and psychological insights magnify the poem's beauty and are characteristic of Marvel's poem. The setting of this poem. The poem is set in a garden, which becomes the poet's place of relaxation and leisure, unperturbed by the hassles of society. The poem is deeply suggestive of the beauty of the garden and the relaxation, stress free environment it provides. The garden provides peace and delicious solitude. It may be referred to as Garden of Eden, as there are many bibliographical references throughout the poem. Garden of Eden is considered as the Christian paradise. This garden can be considered as God made, and unless Eve had intervened, this paradise was enjoyed by man. And who was the first man to enjoy the paradise? First and the only man? Adam. Alone in solitude. In this poem, the presence of herbs acting as a sundial is suggestive of the fact that indeed the garden is a place beyond the society, away from the regular toil of man created by God. The poem employs very significant simile as the soul leaves the body, a concept that the soul is indestructible and thus can transcend beyond the body's vest or the skin. This soul is compared with that of a bird because it frees itself and prepares itself for a longer flight resembling death. There are some metaphors in this poem which are noteworthy. The poem The Garden is full of metaphors. In the sixth stanza, the mind being compared to an ocean is considered as a metaphor. The poem compares the mind to an ocean as our mind, just like the ocean, has a corresponding image of everything in the world, according to the theory of the 17th century. Further, in ninth stanza, the poem is compared with the galaxy, where the flowers are zodiac run, and the bees' work is compared with the computation of time. There are also some references about personification in this poem. Fair, quiet, and innocence are personified in the second stanza, and they have been given living attributes by calling innocence the sister of fair, quiet, and that the poet searched for them. He found them away from society. Society is also personified. Away from the company of others, the society was rude to the delicious solitude that he enjoys presently. In the fourth stanza, the poem personifies love and says that it marks its retreat to Mother Nature when all lust and ardent passion has been exhausted. Symbolism. In the first stanza, the palm, the oak, the bays are symbolism of the badges of honor endowed upon men for their accomplishments over military, poetic, political fields. Also, in the last stanza, the skillful gardener symbolizes God or the Almighty who created this garden, Mother Nature. Green is the literal color of the garden, but Marvel also plays with other meanings like fresh and new. Further, the imagery of green thought in a green shade provides us with the beautiful imagination. The pastoral imagery here enhances the beauty of the poem. Though more prominent as a simile, the soul bird waving its wings and preparing for a higher flight, sitting and singing on the boughs while combing its silver wings is a Platonic imagery. Boughs means trees. The flowers weaving the garland of repose is another imagery. And now we finally conclude that the poem is written in 9 stanzas of octave and contains rhyming couplet of iambic pentameter. That's all for today, and we'll continue with next poem in our next video.